Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to Communication, Law, and Ethics, the online version. This is a grand experiment. We've never done it before, and we'll see how it works. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. So normally on the first day of class, we would go over the syllabus, and that doesn't work very well on the video. So I'd ask you just to look at the syllabus that's online, and I wanted to just talk about things that are particular in the syllabus, and I've highlighted some things in red for you to pay attention to that are different about the online course and how we're going to make this work online. Okay, so here are the main components of the course, the main graded elements of the course. And as you'll see in the syllabus mentions, most of the course will live online. And I've set up like a blog, and it's at comlawhpu.blogspot.com, and I've got the first week's post there. So each week there will be a post. The post will have a list of tasks for that week, and then each week will culminate in a short test. And so you see 8 tests. What I've done is I've taken what were 4 very large exams during the school year, and I've broken those, and that actually will make it easier, into more manageable chunks of information spread out over the 8 weeks. So at the end of each week, there will be a short test. And what I'll do is I will post the test on Blackboard on Wednesday. You'll download it, and I'll have some naming instructions. You'll download it, fill in your answers, and then you will send it back to me, and there's a special email that I have set up for you to send those to me. So if you wanted to go ahead and do it a little bit early, that's fine, like on Thursday, but they'd be due by 5 p.m. Friday. So every Wednesday, I'll post a test, and every Friday by 5, you send it to me by email. All right? The other main aspect of the course is the research paper, and this is exactly as it's done during the school year. I'll have written instructions on the class blog, but I'll also do a short videotape like this, maybe a couple, to demonstrate some searching techniques and show you which databases to use and how to outline your paper, how to do it. So don't worry about that. You've got the entire semester, online semester, to do that. It won't be due until the end on July 23rd. The next aspect is, of course, the discussion board, and we can't do discussion on videotape, and so we're going to have to use the discussion board on Blackboard. And so what I'll do is I'll open up a discussion thread, usually using a video as a jumping off point or a short reading as a jumping off point. And all of the short readings will be posted either on Blackboard, as those first few are, or there'll be links to short online readings on the blog. There is no textbook to buy. The next part of this is somewhat new. I do this in many of my classes. I don't usually do it in Comm Law, but the last couple of semesters I've allowed students to do this as extra credit if they want to. And this semester it will be mandatory, and then starting in the fall I'm going to start doing this in all classes. And let me just explain the thinking behind these 2 components. The portfolio, I am a firm believer that all comm majors should have a professional looking online presence when they graduate here. It will help you get internships, it will help you get jobs, it will help display your work, it will help show that you are a competent and professional communicator, and I think the online portfolio is essential. There is already on the class website, there's a tab at the top that says portfolio, and it just gives you a little bit of guidance on getting it started. You can use mine, it's at deansmithphd.com if you want, as a kind of template. So that's that. That can then live on after the class, and I hope you will keep it as a professional web presence. I think everyone must have a professional web presence. The blog will be specific to the class. You can create it on the portfolio. In Wix, you will go to the Add menu on the left, you'll click on Blog, you'll pick a template, it'll add a blog. The blog will be about the things that we talk about in this class. One of the main goals of this class, and one of the reasons why all comm majors take it, is so that you become more aware and become more sensitive to the fact that there are media law and ethics issues in the news every day. Every day. Someone just told me in the hall just now that the Supreme Court just announced a decision in a major First Amendment case, and that was the one about the Masterpiece Cake Shop and the gay wedding cake. That's a major First Amendment case. There are stories like that in the news every day. There are stories like that in the news that also affect each of the majors. So another point of the class is by the time we get to the end, I want everybody to see, no matter what their major is, how the First Amendment affects journalism, how it affects advertising, PR, and marketing, how it affects creative works like movies or television shows, how it affects video games, highly protected, right? And so we're going to be talking about how the First Amendment protects all of the professions that you're headed into. So there are a sort of big picture goal about this, the role of the First Amendment in American democracy, but then there's also the micro view of this and how it affects each and every one of us as professional communicators. Throughout the semester, I'm always on email. Never hesitate to send me a question or a concern or feedback by email. I'm excited about this experiment. I think it's going to be fun, and I think it's actually going to be quite manageable doing this online rather than in class. One last word about the tests as a matter of the method or mechanics here. Obviously, I can't give you a timed exam like I do during the semester. And those exams are large because there are only 4 of them, and some students find them difficult. Well, these are going to have to be open note tests. That's the only way that we can do it this semester. And so in order to add some rigor, so it doesn't seem like you're just copying information from a book and sending it back to me, all of the weekly tests will be based on these videos. And I'm going to keep the videos to 5, 8, sometimes 10. But as much as I can, I'll keep them short because we know from all the research that long videos don't work. I can't simply videotape my lectures from the school year, right? So I'll keep these videos 5, 8 minutes, sometimes 10, and keep them short. And then the key will be you taking notes while you watch the video. So for example, if I do a list on the board, you'll want to make sure you do the list in your notes. Then when the test comes to you, doing well on the test will depend on your notes, right? So that'll add a little bit of rigor to the class so it doesn't seem too much easier than the in-person class during the school year. Anyway, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to work fine. And so just be patient with it as we're developing the class. You can go to the class blog and see that I've started beginning to build that, and I'll continue to add videos, and I'll continue to add discussion threads on Blackboard. So I'll see you in the next video.